Yo, what's up? Bob here. Welcome to the Bob Bradley YouTube channel. Today, I'm doing something a little bit different, something I'll be calling
Vinyl reaction.
Got some records that were sent over here, courtesy of Zev and the team. And these are the new Muse Master Edition records put out by, yes, Time Traveler Recordings. I've got 3 here. You've probably seen other people do these records already. That said, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to show you the ins and outs of the records. I'm going to open them up, make some comments about the physical characteristics of the record. Then I'm actually going to put them on the table and we're going to listen to a little bit of the records together. I'm going to make some comments about it, comment on the general sound quality of the record, how I think it sounds in the room, and of course, the material. At the end of the video, hopefully I'll be pleased and be able to recommend these records to you guys. So, without further ado, let's get started with my vinyl reaction. All right, we've got these Muse records, Master Edition. They're put out by Time Traveler Recordings. We're going to look at the physical appearance, maybe check out this little hype sticker, open them up, see what's inside, and we're going to move on from there. We got Roy Brooks, The Free Slave, Kenny Barron, Sunset to Dawn, yeah, and Carlos Garnett, Cosmos Nucleus. Very cool. Let's take a look at the little hype sticker here. It says,
Remastered and cut AAA directly from the original tapes by Matthew Luthans at the Mastering Lab. Heavyweight 180-gram black vinyl pressed at optimal medium. Housed in Stoughton old school tip-on jackets. Insert with newly written liner notes.
It gives some information about who wrote the liner notes and the photography. Very cool. Resealable sleeve. Pretty heavy resealable sleeve. Let's check that out. First thing is the resealable part is on the flap. Never good, because that's going to get on the record as you pull it out. It needs to be on the jacket. A little bit of a bummer there. As the hype said, it is on a tip-on jacket, really super thick jacket, high gloss, really nice. Basic back of the record here. Pull out the insert and the record. Nice picture of Roy Brooks here. Here's the liner notes. Personnel. This is a banger of a record. Roy Brooks on drums, Woody Shaw on trumpet, Woody Shaw. Oh yeah. George Coleman on tenor sax, super smooth. Hugh Lawson on piano and Cecil McBee on the bass. Yeah, solid of a lineup as you can get. Roy, a drummer, leading the session. Check this out. Oh yeah. We have the actual Muse label here. Vinyl is looking really, really nice. So comes in an anti-static kind of rice paper sleeve. Can't go wrong with that, with the Time Traveler Recordings logo on that. This looks like more of the same. Yep. All right, so got the record on the table. I'm going to drop the stylus and we're going to talk about Kenny Barron's Sunset to Dawn on Muse. These Muse records are difficult to find. You might find a cobblestone release of one of the Muse records every now and then, but overall, these Muse records are hard to find and somewhat expensive. So this is no exception. Hard to find record, Sunset to Dawn, Kenny Barron. Let's listen to it and see what it sounds like. I'm going to pick up the needle a few times and make some comments, but let's start it just right at the beginning. Little Rhodes piano there. Some sort of ethereal Rhodes and percussion, some bell sounds, and a little shaker there. Let's move it up. Yeah, crazy funky. Yeah, bass player. Top banana. I mean, yes, it is a product of the 70s, and it has that vibe in spades. That said, Kenny Barron absolutely shredding on this. Bass player is super heavy, super funky. Drums are on point. Record sounds fantastic. Let's hear just a little more. Percussion over here. Yeah, this is a badass record. Sounds fantastic. I would say these are every bit as high quality as a Tone Poet or whatever you want to plug into that spot there. These are really, really good. Let's move on to the next one, which is going to be... All right, here we go. Carlos Garnett, Cosmos Nucleus, another hard to find Muse title. Carlos, of course, on tenor sax. Let's put the record on. Just saying, my slip mat is made to where you can take the record on and off while the table is spinning. Don't be afraid. Just grab it over there from the thorns. The spindle was really tight on that hole. Let's see. Yes. All right. Just start it from the beginning. Kind of funky wah-wah stuff out there, kind of a group horn thing, group horn line coming in, and then boom, here comes Carlos. Typical, very 70s, by the way. which I'm sure you caught on to that immediately. Some kind of conga or something like that going. Let's move further into the record, see what that sounds like. That's funky. That's really funky. Yeah, I'm loving this. I watched Mazzy's video about these records, and he didn't like this record because there is some vocals on the other side. He didn't say he didn't like it. He just said he probably wouldn't listen to it all that much. I probably will. Just because. A little turn on a dime there. Kind of went into a world of cheese for a second. I think it's a pretty good record. Obviously, it's probably depends on your taste, but I like it pretty good. I think that's pretty nice. Let's pop on this last one here. Roy Brooks, The Free Slave. Now, let me tell you, this is easily the most expensive of the group. If you were hunting an OG, this is the Thunderon brush. This is like an anti-static brush. Just kind of hold it and then give it a little bit of this here kind of action, you know. Already, you can hear some people in the room. More of an informal kind of a situation going on. Roy Brooks, The Free Slave. Yeah, so, you know, song starts, funky bass line, killing drums, obviously. You know, Roy is a drummer, so he's leading the session here. Let's move it up a little bit, see what else is happening during this. I bet you there's going to be some face melting when I drop this. Hugh Lawson on piano, Woody Shaw on trumpet playing that line. Yeah, sounds really good. Yeah, Woody Shaw, George Coleman, obviously the featured soloist on this album, and Hugh Lawson on piano, of course. He's holding it down rhythmically a lot. That's his primary job here. Him and Cecil are, you know, a pretty deadly rhythm section. So, yeah, this is pretty cool. This is very nice. Very beautiful sounding record. Sound quality on all these albums is absolutely phenomenal. These are a no-brainer. I think you can buy these without any hesitation. Everything's as it should be. And check out the Muse catalog. Go online and listen to some of the stuff. It's a different vibe than, you know, some of the jazz records that we all know and love, of course, but you know, this is a little bit more of an informal kind of, you know, to the bone situation. I really like it. I think I would be interested in any of these releases, and hopefully they decide to tackle more of the catalog. So yeah, all right. Yeah, I can't recommend these enough. Thanks for trying out this new little format here for my channel, Vinyl Reaction. That's right, folks. Until we meet again, Bob out.